let's take a look at Snow White. Snow White is a movie that is coming out now. It is a Disney film. It should be a hit. Snow White, who could have more name recognition than Snow White? Everybody knows what Snow White is about. It is about a woman or a girl who is tempted with a witch who gives her an apple. Is that correct? Mm-hmm. That is correct. After that, I don't, but there's a wolf too. But everyone knows about it. It's big. And it should these remakes should just kill. There should be it should be on, if you don't fuck this stuff up, it should be easy. Snow White, get a wolf, get a bitch, get a witch. You're done. Get a prince, probably. Now, Snow White, you would think this would be the perfect time to employ little people. Not using the other M word. I'm on YouTube and I'm gay. But I'm using the word little people. Now, you would think this is 7 little actors can work. 7 little actors can now work. You would think, right? Wrong. Disney's live-action Snow White under fire for replacing 7 dwarfs with, quote, magical creatures of all sizes and genders. This, again, was the one opportunity for little people to have their moment in the sun, other than that role on Game of Thrones that he killed, Peter Dinklage. But now, 7 people get to have a potential shot. And what do? Make that screen bigger. Look at this freak show that they have. First of all, these are not dwarfs. There's only one dwarf. The rest of them look unkempt. They look homeless. They look diseased. You could have accomplished this by going to Seattle and grabbing 7 heroin addicts that were living under a fucking bridge. This is scary. This does not look like something kids would like. You should have little cherubic-like people. That's what dwarfs are. They're tiny, somewhat chubby, hardy, hardworking people. This is like a fucking unemployment line of scum. Every person here, what are they wearing? What are they dressed? What is this? Why are you destroying everything? This is so easy to not fuck up. You can have black little people. There's nothing wrong with that. Get all the little people of all the races, but they need to be little. Why is the guy in the middle with long hair being hired? What group is he in? Let me see why they're doing it, because they're trying to modernize these movies and they're destroying everything. And this is one of the reasons it's hard to get people to care about this strike, because they have turned on the business. They don't enjoy the things that are being made anymore. They don't care. And if you don't get them to care, you lose that popular support. Let's find out. Okay, quote, literally no offense to anyone, but I was a little taken back when they were very proud to make this bigger, when they were very proud to cast a Latina actress as Snow White, which, by the way, it's fine. That's fine. No one cares, okay? But you're still telling the story of Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs, he said in January 2022. I don't know who's saying that. You're progressive in one way, but then you're still making that fucking backward story about 7 dwarfs living in a cave together. What the fuck are you doing, man? Have I done nothing to advance the cause for my soapbox? I guess I'm not loud enough. In response, Disney said it was taking, quote, a different approach to avoid reinforcing stereotypes. Well, it's about... Christ almighty. So find out who said that, because they ruined the whole fucking movie. One guy said it. Somebody had a problem with that they were making a movie with 7 dwarfs. By the way, what? I don't even understand the negative stereotypes about dwarfs in the movie. That they work hard. First of all, if you remember, the dwarfs were not painted as one thing. There was Sleepy, Happy. There was a few of them. Jewy. There were a few different dwarfs, and I forget what they did and who they were, but they each had a specific personality and a specific thing that they did. Nobody was saying that like all the dwarfs are one thing. Is it? But all that they worked hard, right? That was what we knew them for, that they were workers. Why is that such a bad idea? Why is that what stereotype is being reinforced that they live in a cave? I'm so curious.
Dinklage.
Oh, this is Peter Dinklage. You know, I got to be honest. I'm not happy about this. And I don't want to go to war with him, but it's really like, what if there was a Disney film called Snow White and the Fat Faggots? If there was. No, I'm saying if there was. I'm not saying there is. If there was. And it was 7 fat faggots that were like myself, kind of loud and vicious. Number one, better movie. Number two, why would I wouldn't complain about, like, what is he complaining about? Does Peter Dinklage not like that there are dwarfs? Does he not want them to? I don't know. I'm confused, man.
He doesn't like the portrayal of the disability in the.
What's the disability? Well, as what, though? This is what I'm trying to understand. And maybe he could help me understand this, because maybe I'm not understanding why he's mad. And maybe he's mad for a very legitimate reason. All I'm understanding is that there are people that are little. Maybe they don't like the word dwarf, but they are littler than other people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Snow White befriends them.
Right.
What's the problem? I don't can you articulate why he's upset?
If I were guessing, maybe he doesn't want his culture to be a Disney character. Dwarf culture.
Here's the thing, man. Then don't make it. Or Disney's got to tell him, fuck you. Someone's got to tell him, fuck you, Peter. Hey, fuck you. You know how many here's what Peter Dinklage is doing. He's taking the food out of a little woke mouth, of those little mouths that could be eating. Peter Dinklage is stealing food out of their mouth. There's 7. Here's what Peter Dinklage is saying. I'm the only one that can be famous.
Right.
Just me. Sorry, everybody. We're shutting that down. You know how I was a dwarf in Game of Thrones? That's cool. Everyone else, we're closing the little bridge. The little bridge is going up, and no one can cross over it now, because I'm already rich. So now there's 7 scumbags that are going to be in this movie when there were 7 actors that have probably been working their asses off. This is the fucking... Like, I would like to play the Cheshire Cat. That's like a Disney role for me that I'd love to play, because it smokes and it's kind of nasty, and you can tell it cares about what's going on, you know? Like it's kind of cognizant of what's happening. Yeah, I like the Cheshire Cat. So this would be my role. This would be my role. This is what I would like to do if I was involved. If Bob Iger called me today. If he called me today, he'd probably try to get me to kill Fran Drescher. But if he called me today, they'd give Ray Kump a gun. They'd be like, Bob Iger hands Ray Kump a gun. He goes, do the right thing, Ray. Listen, what? Do it. Do the right thing. She's causing all kinds of problems, Ray.